All right, let's do this. Let's do this. We're a little bit early, but you know what? We don't care. We're taking over the airwaves. It's our show. It's our new Music Inferno live on Twitch, live on the YouTube, live on the Kick. We have this amazing art, punk, whatever you want to call it. It's great music. I don't know what to say about it because I was listening to the record that just came out, which you guys can go pick up. Hate Season, which is available now on the Spotify's and wherever your digital records are sold, or even at their record release show, which is coming up here in a few days. We're going to talk to Shy right now. Let me bring him on. Let me bring ourselves on while we get our little Zoom call here live on the airwaves. Shy, what is going on? Good evening. How's New York? How's everything going?
All good, all good. I was telling you earlier, just got out of rehearsal, getting ready for the record release show. Enjoying the spring and getting ready to rock this thing.
Hell yeah! You got to break out that winter that New York had, which has
Yeah,
been wild
got
and
it.
crazy. Uh, but honestly, this new record, Hate Season, which is out now, came out 5 days ago. 5 days ago, guys. 5 days ago, yes. But we're here. We couldn't be here last week because I was doing the WrestleMania thing, wrestling weekend here in Vegas. But we are here now with Shy. Shy, how did this record come together for you? I don't know you personally, but I know you know a few friends of mine, and I thanks Pete and also the only Jeff Berman for setting this up. Well, Peter set this up, but Jeff Berman's a good friend of ours. But how did this record come together for you guys? Where did this diabolical record of your lyrics and everyone else is playing? How did this record come together?
Yeah, I mean, so we had been on hiatus for a little bit. Back in 2020, I ended up running for Congress and then sort of stayed in the political world for a bit. And it was only supposed to be a couple of months off for the band, but it ended up, turning into a couple of years. But then we came back in 2023. We brought our erotica on to the drums. We had put out a couple of singles, and then sort of the writing floodgates opened. I'd gone through some challenges, during that sort of hiatus period. Mental health stuff, family stuff. The rigmarole. And also just kind of watching the world collapse. So the new record sort of is in that backdrop, and it covers that period of time. Kind of going through those challenges and eventually overcoming them. And it ended up, just working out to be LP length. So we went ahead and put the record out.
You are so right about the world collapsing. I mean, it's been crazy to watch. I believe that when I said it when he was running for office again, if he was going to get into presidency, this world was going to go all over the place, and it has. And we'll see what happens the rest of the year and continuing forward with how crazy, insane the whole landscape has changed in the world. But like, so Shy, like, what were your pinpoints on this record that you wanted to like pinpoints of messages that you wanted to get out from this hiatus and also this brainstorm of ideas of songs that you've you know probably gained from running from office and all that other crap, all the other experiences, not the crap, but all the other
Oh yeah,
experiences
no,
that you,
it was definitely crappy.
yeah, all the stuff you've been through from the hiatus onward, like how, like, what did you delve into? Like, what were your key message points that you wanted to get out with this record?
No, absolutely. So like Scarboro has never been an overtly political band. I always tried to keep sort of my professional life and the music separate so that we could use Scarboro for fun and to be able to kind of explore more sort of personal um, topics and whatnot. But you know, you can't avoid it, right? And I think that it was important for us to say something on this record. So Sin Futuro and Chaser are definitely two message points. Sin Futuro is sort of a wake up call that the folks really got to get kind of activated, and there is no kind of standing on the sidelines. And Chaser um, is sort of along the same veins, but it's a little bit more critical. It's a little bit more critical of sort of the culture that we've developed the past. decade or so of just being hot takers on the internet. And then that never, and and on the stage too, and I'll even apply it to myself, where and we don't convert that to action, right? It's a lot of talk, and no matter how salient the point may be, it never converts into any type of organizing or being in the halls of power where decisions are being made. So it's a lot of stuff for show and for clout, but it's also what helped us get here, because we've contributed to sort of all of that stuff. So that's sort of just like on the heavier side, or at least on the heavier political side of things. The rest of the record is really just like a very personal journey, both for me and Jack. Jack wrote the last song on the record, Got Soul, which is about escaping toxic situations and sort of finding yourself again. Benzos and Coke is on there, which details our sort of personal struggles with substance issues. For myself, like having had like a crappy psychologist that put me on Valium for essentially indefinitely, and I didn't realize that it was going to be a problem past 2 weeks, and it was 2 years, which kind of played into all of this because it cut me off from being able to write music and do all of that kind of stuff. So once I kind of healed from all of that stuff, and Jack and I have sort of supported each other through all that stuff, and we always had good folks behind our back. So that's another key song on the record, um, that sort of tells that story, the healing that we've been going through over the years. And then there's just like some fun shit on there, like Turn It Up is sort of a love letter to punk rock. Like when I was able to finally write again post hiatus, it's really about not wanting to let go of this ever again, and to never take this for granted, because like again, like I said, the hiatus was only supposed to be a couple of months. But it ended up stretching almost 4 years, and I really needed that part of my life, and it's really something that has sort of helped keep me alive through all of that. 10,000 miles, another one. Again, it's about getting to the other side of hardship. I mean, and then like some super personal ones. Save Yourself, which I wrote for my daughter, who unfortunately it also inherited the bum brain of her parents, and is sort of an apology about not being the dad I wanted to be during her struggles, and but like we're going through this together. So yeah, I don't know. Those are kind of like the thing,
Wow.
the key points that we wanted to hit. There's a lot of stuff in there. We try to keep it fun sonically
Yeah.
because the topics are kind of heavy.
Well, Shy, thank you for sharing. Damn. But
Yeah, yeah.
how did you find the strength as a person with all these struggles that you've gone through to get this stuff out? How what do you do to say, "Hey, I'm strong. I can get this out." Yeah, you know what I mean, right? It's
Yeah.
just like
Well,
you're telling me your life story with these songs, but is it how is it to get it out there to the world to say, hey, I've been through this. Here's my message. Here's my struggles. I'm still here. You can still be
yeah,
here. You can work through
yeah.
it. Life is better. It gets better. How do you get yourself motivated to do that?
I mean, the music really does the heavy lifting. The song process for us is, like I'll normally just noodle something up, and I'll have the skeleton of songs that come into the rehearsal space for the band to finish fleshing out. But like the lyrics and the main kind of gist of the songs are already sorted out. But it is in that initial process when it's just sort of me and the acoustic guitar trying to slam them together, where uh, you know usually the music will come first, and sort
Mm-hmm.
of I don't have synesthesia, but the best way I can explain it is just whatever feeling it evokes in me. Usually that's when sort of the draft lyrics start to spit out, and the story tries almost tells itself. So it really has been the music that has guided this entire process, because I never set out to be like, I'm gonna write this song, or I want to get this particular thing out. It's always just been in that sort of space that I set up for myself. Kind of seeing what it evokes, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, obviously there's stuff that always ends up on the cutting room floor, but yeah, it's intentional in the sense that I'm setting out to write, but it's not intentional in the sense that I'm trying to hit specific topics. Like, believe it or not, I actually don't love talking about myself, and especially when it's like, you don't think about it when you're writing it in your room, but like you're kind of letting folks into your life a little bit in a way that's pretty intimate, especially considering the heady topics that we tackle sometimes.
Well, let's showcase it right now. Let's showcase the music right now and get it to the world of the listeners out there. Which song you want to get to off of Hate Season?
You know what? Dealer's choice. We've been living with these house for so much. We'd love to see what you want to throw out
Well, let's go with. Oh, let's go with. Oh, damn.
there.
It's tough because I like the whole like the flow of the record, but I don't want to start with the record choices. But let's go with Suicidal Babies. Let's go with that. Let's go with that right
Okay.
now. Here it is, Suicidal Babies off of Scarborough's new record, Hate Season, which is available now. Right there, Suicidal Babies by Scarboro off their new record, Hate Season, which is available now. We are back with Shy right now as he's hanging out in his car, heading home from band practice as they are getting ready for their May 1st show. Is that correct? Is that the record release show? It's listed on your Spotify. Everybody go, who's in New York, in that area, go to the show May 1st. Tickets are still available, but they won't be as soon as you guys pick them all up. So, Shy, I know it wasn't one of the songs that you guys released as a single. It was something different to listen to. Uh, but what is that song? How did was that one of the last songs on the record that you guys chose to put on, or what? I like it because it's interesting. It's an interesting little sweet 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Yeah, it's probably one of the longer ones too. Yeah, that I think that was written a little bit earlier in the process. Um, but having been married now, going on or 19 years, going on 20. I've been dating my wife since for 22 years. Inevitably, there are challenges in any relationship. I mean, you don't have to be super married super long to do it. And it's pretty on the nose. It's about wanting to be seen and heard, and sort of the communication sort of dropouts that sometimes happen, and it can happen, like I said, in any relationship. And everyone wants to be seen, everybody wants to be heard and understood, and sometimes it's easy to kind of talk past each other or look past each other in in situations like that.
I hear you, but I'm definitely not like going through what you've been through, but I'm going through a lot too on my end. But people know, people know.
Yeah,
I don't, I,
yeah.
I don't want to get into it, but it's like I'm not trying to compare situations, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
like relationships, man. We all deal with it, and it sucks. Like it's like okay, like
yeah.
I don't know your situation, Chai, but I'm just saying like it sucks that we have to go through things to go feel successful. Like we have to go through obstacles, but we all do, and it sucks that we have to go through them. But like I don't know, I don't want to get into it. I'm just want to talk about your music. That's what we're here for. Um, but I'm trying to also lighten the situation. I'm sorry. I'm
No, I mean
sorry.
it's all good, dude. Like
Um,
this record is, I consider it therapy. It was therapy writing it, and I hope it can be therapeutic to
it
people listening
it
to it.
hey, cause okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. I look at your guys' band photo, like the one I used that I posted for the photo. Um, it makes you not look like the band that you are. Like when you play, when you listen to the music, you don't. It doesn't look like a female fronted like punk trio or something like it. The photo looks like, but it's not even that. It's you. You're the lead vocalist, but the photo looks completely different. You know, like you're like okay. The first thought, it's like okay, it's a female fronted. No, 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 it's not. It's a drummer who's a female and two male vocalists that are all killing it, and it's cool. I love it. I love the look. I love it, like the confusion that you give people sometimes with.
Yeah, I mean that's intentional, because like I don't know, especially in the type of music that we do, like there's always kind of an expectation of what you're getting, and I think that we just kind of subvert expectations sometimes. Even with this record, like if you got the vinyl, luckily, like side A is very, aggressive, hard, and in your face, and side B continues in that vein, but it's also a lot more melodic and it has a little, more unexpected twists and turns on the second half, and we've always just tried to not kind of box ourselves in, because like we have such a wide range of influences, and we like to play with them all.
What was the song that you were most happy to get out this time? Like you had it in your back pocket in your mind that you wanted to write this song, and it was probably like you're like oh okay this is an old one. This is the one that I know I can complete with the things I've gone through, or maybe something like that. It comes to you finally at this point in your life. I know it's a
Yeah,
tough
I
question.
mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
giving
no,
you the
I love
tough
that.
one
I love
now.
the tough questions. I like the tough questions. I think that answer can change depending on what day you ask me, to be perfectly honest. But I think that Si Futuro was definitely, it's definitely up there because it was so outside of our wheelhouse. Like we have, like hand drum percussions on there. It's the first time I ever did anything bilingual. Being able to kind of embrace all of the different pieces of both myself, but also what we can do musically. It was just like, oh, this is going to be like a weird one to put out there. So I think that for like, for right now, that's the one that I would say. I was really glad we were able to get out into the world, just because it's so outside of what we normally do.
Well, we're gonna get to it right now. We're gonna showcase it to the world what
Oh
it's
yeah.
different. So here it is, Sin Futuro by Scarboro off their new album Hate Season, which is available now. Enjoy. We'll be right back with more of it shy after this. Right there, Sin Futuro by Scarboro off of Hate Season. And we are back with Shy. Shy, how do you guys perform that song live? Are you running around the crowd like the barricade and then around the room or something like that? I mean, I've never been to Scarborough show. I know it's a new song, but is that something you have planned out already? I mean, honestly, you've been practicing the live set. What's the deal?
Yeah, no, I mean the way that we play, there isn't a ton of room for me to run around and do much of anything because like what you're getting on the record is probably going 20 to 30% faster live. Um, so that we really are kind of what did Jack call us a freight train when we play live.
Well, May 1st, guys, go see them. Unfortunately, they're not coming out to the West Coast yet, but maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yeah,
Have
we were
you?
just there in February. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make Las Vegas work out, but we
Yeah.
did do a little run in February on the West Coast, which was fun.
Well, soon enough, Vegas will happen. Soon enough, I
Yeah.
know. And there's venues. I mean, you could play the Double Down, the Dive Bar, Eagle Area Hall, all those places.
Oh
Will
yeah.
probably book you, but Pulsar or Goldberg or one of those guys out here, whoever's running shows, would probably book you guys for sure. Uh so so Shy, like, what about you though? Like, we've been talking about what you've created. What
Mhm.
makes you create? So let's do that now. What are you currently listening to? What are your hobbies outside of this band? What do you like to do? What are some of your enjoyments of life, Shy?
Whew, enjoyment is tough these days and age. Or like this is sort of the thing, right? So like when I left my career, like I left to do this, because this is so important to me and to like do the music and sort of say what we want to say because I do kind of see the world on a timer here. um so like it really has been throwing myself completely into Scarborough, and it has dominated my life for the past 2 years, really, as we've been working on this record and trying to get this record out. But like, I like gaming, I like hanging out with the family, hanging out with the kids, especially because my kids are older now and they're really fun to chill with. Movies, and honestly, I'm at that point where like sitting home with the missus and just watching TV is
What
starting to
what
be
games are you
the best.
playing? What games are you playing?
I actually just started. I just went back to Baldur's Gate 3 after
Okay,
taking a
all
time
right.
out. Just I think I'm probably on like my seventh playthrough of that. But yeah, I just been struggling to find something to really sink my teeth into lately. So went back to the tried and the true.
It happens. I mean, that's cool though. And then always having nights with the missus at home watching a TV show or whatever series is hot, out there. You never know. That's a good time as well. But yeah. So what are you listening into then? Like, what music are you listening to? What are some of the artists that Shy's listening into that we should know about? Oh, did we lose him? I think we lost Shy. Oh, froze. I was like, oh.
But then when I get to the time to put stuff down is when I can start picking up new music again.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely don't want to be listening to something and then you're like, oh shit, this is what I kind of wanted to do with this song here. Oh no, shit, my internet connection. Did I lose you? Can you hear me? Okay,
That's
but
connectivity for you, baby.
yeah, the internet. They're trying
I
to.
got your audio. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't know. So like that's that's cool that you don't you shouldn't be kind of baiting you into choosing Sin Futuro because that was the answer to the question. But now you get to choose a song. What song do you want to the song that you choose?
You know what? Let's do turn it up. Let's do turn it up.
All right. So here's the question then. With "Turn It Up" being the final song that we're doing, if you could give that
Okay.
song to any band or artist to play in their style and genre of music, and then you would take one of their songs and make one of your own in your style and genre of music. What band would that be, and what song would it be? We'll get the answer after this. So here it is. Here's Scarboro with Turn It Up off of Hate Season, and we'll be right back after this. Right there, Turn It Up by Scarboro off of Hate Season. And a little bit of 10,000 miles there, but we are back with Shy right now. So, Shy, before we get to your answer, I just want to say, let everybody know next Wednesday, we'll be live with Rebelmatic, 3 p.m. as well, 3 p.m. next week on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that episode coming live here, as always, on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. TikTok maybe someday again soon, once they realize that I should have never been banned in the first place. That's another story for another day, Shy. If you didn't know, I got banned on TikTok, I'll tell you right now, for just interviewing porn stars at a porn star convention and just asking them a straight up question, an either or question, nothing really sexually related, but yet I get banned off of TikTok.
That's wild.
Whatever. So Shy, what song would you take? Of what band would you do to turn up to?
So yeah, I think I'd give Turn It Up to H2O and would take One Life, One Chance from H2O to do like that. Actually, is a song I wish we would have covered by this point, but we haven't. But yeah, I don't know. I
YouTube
think
video incoming, guys. Band practice. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to do it now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I no. You open the door now. Your fans know like, hey, we should do this. And your fans are like, yes. So Shy, real quick. I know I'm gonna let you go. So you can go enjoy the rest of your fine evening with your family there. So the question is, no, the thing is, you have to do is let us know whether. There's no question. The final thing is, let us know where they can find you guys on the World Wide Web, where they can pick up the new record, and anything else you want to say to the fans and listeners out there and the viewers.
Yeah, for sure. So across all social media, we're at Scarboro Punks, SCARBOROPUNX. You can grab the record from us at scarboro.bandcamp.com. We have vinyl and CD. CDs are still available at Sell the Heart Records. Knock on wood, miraculously, I don't know how it happened, but the day the record came out, Sell the Heart sold out of the vinyls. So you can just get them from us. Come to the record release show, pick up a copy there. Also at WTFrecords.eu for any Euro friends, or you really want to pay for that extra shipping, you can grab the vinyl from WTF as well.
Well, you
And
know
CD.
why it sold out? You know why it sold out? Because people wanted the record. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
pretty good
lying. I like
records.
the music. I like the music. I mean, I didn't know what to think in the first place. I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. I know Peter's not gonna lead me the wrong way, and he didn't. It's a great time, a great record,
Thank you.
and it definitely shows the variety that you can do with the singing in Spanish and uh, everything else, like the playthrough of the record and the messages and the themes of the songs and whatnot. But Shy, have a great evening. We'll
You
talk
too, man.
soon again, hopefully down the line,
Yeah.
for the next record. Continued success and have a great show on May 1st in New York.
Thank you. Take care, man. Peace.
No problem. Everybody, that was Shy from the band Scarboro. Boom! I'm live on the screen. Big, big, big. Yes, I'm big now. We're gonna rate out, but we'll be back here shortly, guys. We'll be live back here shortly with some more gameplay of some games. So, guys, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in to the interview with Shy from Loban Scarborough. And like I said, we'll be back with the Romantic next week. We're gonna go raid out. I don't even know. Let's go raid Jace. Jace is live. Jace is live. Let's go raid Jace. Jace is still alive. Yes. Go. Let's go raid Jace. Let's go raid Jace. 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 We'll see you all in a few. Bye bye.